It's confidential. It's confidential. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne, and I got to thinking today about it's confidential. So, what I mean by that is when a friend comes to you and they say, "Hey, I really want to discuss something, but I really only want to keep it between you and me," should you keep it confidential? Well, I believe in if I've made a commitment to somebody, and depending on what it is, of course, I believe in holding things confidential. I think the worst thing that we can see is when two people come into an agreement and, hey, it's a private conversation about something, and then one person or the other spreads it all around. And that's not confidential. People who lack the ability to be confidential when they should are people that tend to not have much integrity. Now, are there times when we should not be confidential? Absolutely. If someone came to me and told me that they were going to do something that was wrong, I would then tell them that I'm not going to hold this confidential because this is something that perhaps someone else needs to know about. So there are situations that we should not obligate ourselves to hold it confidential. I have a friend, and she's an older lady. And many years ago, I remember asking her a question. I said, "Well, how old is so and so?" or something like that. And she said, "Well, you know what? I really don't know because I don't ask personal questions because it's none of my business." And I just love that. It's none of my business. And sometimes some things are not our business. But it becomes our business when we become engaged in a conversation, and it tends to be a private conversation between us and another person or other people. And the problem is when it's more than one other person, and it's more of a group, because often in that group, somebody will begin to tell that confidentiality. And then the person who told it can look at us and think that we broke that confidentiality. I believe that when people come to us and want to discuss something in a private manner, providing it's something that is, that we do not need to, or that should, is not important to keep hidden. Does that make sense? I don't know. But in other words, if it's something that we should not keep hidden in a conversation to that conversation, then we should not commit to another person that we're going to hold on to that confidentiality, because some things should not stay confidential. Sometimes if some things should be shared with other parties. But in most cases, that's not the case. A lot of times people come and say, "Hey, I'm really thinking about quitting my job, but I don't want anyone to know about it right now." Something like that. If they told me, and let's say I worked with them and they came to me, I most likely am going to hold on to that confidentiality because they came to me asking me not to tell anyone, and I did not find that it was going to affect anyone else directly. Now, if it was going to affect other people, I would simply tell that person, "Hey, what you're about to tell me or told me, I may have to share with other people." So I want to hold on to my integrity, because if I promise someone that I'm not going to talk about something to other people, I want to hold on to that if at all possible. Like I said, sometimes circumstances change and we have to, bring it to other people's attention. But in many cases, we don't. Some people say, "Hey, they may come to me and say, 'Hey, I'm having some marital issues, but I just don't want to spread it around.'" Something like that I would keep private because, well, it's only going to be hurtful if it gets out. Because I've known people, they go, as soon as they're done with the conversation, they will go pick up the phone and tell all their friends. And that's very hurtful. And what it shows is the person who gave away that confidentiality had no integrity. So I believe in holding on to our integrity by holding on to confidential conversations that should remain confidential. Like I said, not all conversations should remain confidential. And so we have to know which ones to commit to and which ones not to. Well, we are having a beautiful day out here today on Grandma's porch, and the pollen is pretty much cleared out, and I'm so grateful, so grateful. So I cleaned up the whole porch and Grandma's area, and it's just beautiful today. Well, may God bless you all, and I hope to talk to you all soon again. Bye-bye.